All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the Black City Podcast. It's your host that do the most, Johnny Blue, along with everybody else.
I'm Johnny.
All right, that's Johnny. I'm also Johnny. I'm also here with Johnny and Johnny.
Whoa.
I'm Joseph, by the way.
I'm Han, by the way.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we got a different cast today.
Juan,
we might look the same, but we're all mimics. Anyway, we're back here. Last episode, you guys heard about our first half of the Frosties trip. We talked about Airbnb. We talked about the wonderful 5-star experience we had there.
Oh yeah, before that, since I got almost sent by the Airbnb ghost, I brought the culture to protect me this episode.
God. What the?
Thank you.
It's fighting bad omens, I guess.
Hey, I almost got taken. So
I guess so.
I want to stop that from happening.
Might have been a get out situation, but
from Airbnb.
But no, yeah, we talked about all the stuff we did. The campfire, the pizzas, the mystery of the donuts, all that good stuff. So for today's episode, we're gonna actually talk about the reason we went to the Airbnb, which was Frosty Faustings. So we told you guys what Frosty's was last time. Go back and watch the other episode. So yeah, let's just start off with pulling up to the venue, which is the Westin Hotel in Lombard.
Yep.
Just fancy schmancy.
Fancy as Illinois suburbs can be, but yeah.
Yeah, badge recovery and stuff like that, or badge grabbing, whatever it's called. Went pretty smoothly. Yeah, I could not think of that word, bro.
Check in.
I'm cooked. But so badge check in and pick up went pretty smoothly, I think, for everybody, right? Like, I don't think there was any hiccups there.
They never have an issue. This and Combo Breaker, they always have their stuff down pat. Like, you come in, they have all the computers lined up. The line always looks long, but it takes like 5 minutes.
It takes like 2 seconds when you get up there.
Yeah.
Like, it's super quick. You literally just show your ID, tell them your tag, and they're like, all right, here you go. That's it.
Yep.
I even forgot if I signed up for like a premium one, which has your tag on it. And dude, like in seconds, pulled up all my information and got it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Salty, our boy Salty put his entire Twitch at.
It's Twitch URL.
Oh, he did HTTP and all inside of his tag. So that's what he was walking around with. It was free advertisements.
Smart, man.
Well, half smart.
Sure. He doesn't stream.
Hey, he streams his runs so he loses.
You just need the handle. But anyway, his heart was in the right place.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Wait, he actually does that. y'all see the streams?
Shout out to Salty.
Yeah, shout out to Salty. We'll talk more about him a bit later. But
coming up.
Yeah, I mean the venue was nice. It was kind of the same format as last year. Honestly, there was nothing different. Like, the main ballroom was all the main games, and then the secondary ballrooms had like side games or like free to play games where they had a few cabinets. And then there was like a 24/7 like friendlies area or casual games area that anyone can hook up to play different games. You didn't have to bring your own console, nothing. Super good time, super organized. Honestly, it didn't really feel too crazy crowd-wise, if I'm being honest, which is kind of crazy now that I think about it.
In the main room, it was.
In the main room, yeah.
I wanted to take my fucking shirt off, how hot it got
Dude.
during Street Fighter.
Yeah. Street Fighter was extremely sweaty.
Well, I
like a better word.
Very literally.
Like a better word.
From what I remember from last year, though, I thought they were using both rooms, but I think that's why the main room was a whole lot more crowded. Because I almost like all the main tournaments were in there. I think they'd split off that other room into the more of the casuals and free play.
Yeah,
which I liked. It was nice being able to go in there and not be swamped by crowds of people because they got their own individual games. So I do.
Yeah, I mean, I think.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say the only thing I was gonna say is I do think the Vortex Gallery, which we'll kind of talk about more, got underused this year, and they probably should have utilized that space a bit more.
I think that's why I feel that it was less people, because the majority of the time we were in the Vortex Gallery. Like, all of like Rivals of Aether 2 was inside that room. There was no main ballroom for it, which was surprising to me because even though it's like a newer game, it still was a pretty big game.
Well, wait a minute, that's not totally true, because the tournament was in that main room. What are you talking about?
No, that
It wasn't in the main ballroom.
That wasn't the main room.
Well, that wasn't.
was
It
like
wasn't
where Street Fighter was played.
oh, well, it wasn't the Vortex room. So
Yeah, the Vortex Gallery was in a separate room.
yeah,
The one you guys talking about.
you're talking about the
Yeah.
side room, which that's true. But
I am talking
Yeah.
about the side. You're
The
right.
ballrooms.
you're right. I was
They were in
thinking.
the
I was thinking of a
ballrooms. Yeah, the
different room.
ballrooms,
I was thinking of a
ballrooms.
different room. Yeah, but either way, like my point still stands. Like that area in general just kind of felt underutilized. Because everyone was in the main ballroom for whatever reason. It was pretty packed inside the casual play area as well.
the arcade cabinets.
The Smash.
Not the
area?
arcade. No, not the
those.
arcade cabinets. The bar. The bar area.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There was tons of people in there, and a lot of like. It was a good time. I spent a lot of my time in there. After I was out of bracket. I played with
Okay,
like
Drunky
this.
Blue. Okay.
No, I didn't drink anything actually.
Oh,
I
you
probably
were
could've grabbed a
just
shot.
you were just sippy blue.
Yeah, I didn't drink anything but water. Shout out to my kidneys, but I don't know.
You only get 2 of them.
Either way, like
Bro had a sippy cup sitting next to Harada Sensei, bro.
Oh man.
but yeah, like it felt less packed, but one thing that I did notice significantly different from last year's Frosty was the Artist Alley. Last year's Frosties, I don't want to say the Artist Alley was bad, but nothing there appealed to me. Like nothing at all.
There's like pretty much a lack of variety there because it was pretty much just Prince and Charms.
Just Prince, yep.
And like it was like 2 charm places, and none of them were even like FGC focused. But that was completely different this year.
Yeah, this year there were still like people that had Prince and Charms and stuff, but there was a few that like stood out a lot more. Like some of the art was like on scrolls, or some of the art was on like I didn't bring it down. I should have, but I got a print essentially that was like pressed onto like parchment paper. Super sick. I got Majora's Mask.
This was the one from the tattoo artist, right?
Yep, the tattoo artist. He had a whole bunch too. He had Majora's Mask. He had like 2 Kingdom Hearts ones. He had a Samurai Champloo one that was really cool. He gave me a free sticker. Shout out to him. He was a cool dude. Just because I kept like showing interest and like kept coming back and forth. But yeah, the Artist Alley was really nice this year.
Yeah, like the Artist Alley also had like computer desktop meds.
Mhm.
They also were demoing a new fighting game in the Artist Alley that one of the artists did the art for. Like keychains. They had like car decals. They had coasters. Some people were selling like acrylic standees, which are becoming really popular, even though like
I don't know why.
I
It's
don't-
cheaper
yeah.
to do.
it's cheaper to make, but yeah, well, you had that option if you wanted like
Yeah.
acrylic standee waifu stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they also trying to think like some of the more unique stuff. Like some people had like necklaces and like mood bracelets
wood
and
art.
rings and
Lots of
stuff.
wood art,
Yeah.
jewelry stuff.
Lots of wood art.
The wood art is a staple at there. I don't know who that shop is, but they're always there every year. But,
Talking about the guy that has circles, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He was there last year, so I remember.
Yeah. So my thing with it is I like the variety. I'm still waiting for someone to start selling canvas prints. I don't know why that's not, and this is for any artist gallery or rogue gallery, whatever you want to call it. No one seems to sell canvas pics. It's kind of odd, but that's why I didn't get anything. But I will agree that the diversity was definitely there, and it's really impressive for Frosties because the space they have is pretty limited because the main
Literally a hallway.
It is a hallway.
Yeah.
It's literally a hallway.
And the where the other space is, it's usually occupied by these 2 video game what do you call them, booths, and they are not good.
Yeah, it's the
Straight up.
Victrix. The Victrix stand was huge. Which for people that don't know, Victrix is a fighting game controller. They make like leverless pads and levered pads for people to like play with. So they had a huge booth. Right next to them was a booth that had like some like t-shirts and a whole bunch of plushies, and then right next to it was like another staple booth where they have like imports from Japan and
Overpriced.
jack the prices up hella. You can buy a GameCube controller for like $100.
Which I don't know why they have a big spot because they're barely FGC. Like it's mostly just retro games, imports, and then a ton of handheld games. It's like why I don't see the correlation. But that's just me, I guess.
Not think about it. You know who I didn't see there? The popcorn dudes.
They were there.
They're on the other side of the
they're always on they're always on the other.
Yeah, by the Grand Ballroom.
I swear I didn't see them the entire time, but they're also like a staple in every event essentially.
So let me bring it up. Like the FGC, there's this popcorn company, and if someone can remind me the name, please do.
I forgot.
I think it's literally just Popcorn Bros or Popcorn Dudes or something like that.
But they're like notorious for having like famous popcorn. Their popcorn's apparently really, really good. But every single year, they open at like 8 in the morning and they close at like noon. Right. And when you get there, you'll be like, "Why is there this huge line?" It's for that.
It's for popcorn.
I've been there.
It's not for Virtua Fighter 5.
Unfortunately, it was not.
Oh man.
Which that was also a thing too. They were previewing. I guess it's the new engine, right? It's not a new game yet. It's in development.
Virtua Fighter 5. What they had there was just a port, essentially a PC port with updated visuals and combos, and basically an update to the game that's already been out.
Yeah,
in anticipation for Virtua Fighter 6 coming out.
Yeah, I did not play it, but
Virtua Fighter 5 is not that fun to me.
Yeah,
but 6 looks awesome.
I felt bad because Jones, you remember they asked us like, "Oh, you sure you don't want to play?" And we're like, "No."
I played it. I played Virtua Fighter 5 a little bit. I played the Revo, which is the one they had there.
Yeah.
And just like Virtua Fighter, just like it definitely needs a future update, like they said originally, why they weren't remaking make a new entry to series. So I'm waiting for 6 to come out before I jump into Virtua Fighter again.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah, it looked nice. Yeah,
it's just not.
It doesn't feel good to me.
Was City of the Wolves there?
No. Hell no.
Because
it comes out in April.
Yeah, I wish they brought a demo. I would have played it.
Closed beta is like February 28th or something.
Yeah, the 28th.
Okay, I wasn't sure. But yeah, I mean, kind of circling back, like Artist Alley and all that was really good this year. Other than that, I mean, outside of the actual like event activity, like playing the stuff, I had their food once. I did get like a ramen thing. It was actually good. David watched me eat it and try to scarf it down before my set.
I need to say some sus stupid shit.
What do you mean, sus? It was actually good.
Chat. I didn't watch Johnny eat it. I watched Johnny scarf it down because he had 2 minutes before he had to go play in bracket.
Yeah. So the reason why I had to scarf it down so much though was that there's like 2 avenues essentially. So
hold on, I didn't watch him. I need to clarify that.
Yeah, he sat next to me. But
he was timing you. That's all.
There's 2 areas for Frosty. So there's like area 1 that has like the main huge ballroom. That's where you see all the main games like Street Fighter, Guilty Gear, all that stuff. And then there's the second area that has like the Artist Alley. That's where the bar is, where all the casual play is, the Vortex. Basically everything else is in this other area.
Right.
I was in the other area with everything else because I was just playing like casuals and stuff like that, chilling. And then I looked at the time and I had 2 minutes. So you had to go through a bag check twice. You had to go through it. If you whatever side you're going to, you have to go through it, even if you go through it once. So like I had to go through bag check for me to go into
Grand Ballroom.
The Grand Ballroom, thank you. And the line was super long, so I had to scarf down this ramen, which I ate all the protein and like most of the noodles, and like kind of just like left the broth. I spilled the noodle on my
Also,
pants.
the broth was steaming, by the way.
Yeah, the broth was very, very hot. So it was kind of a struggle, but we did it. So this kind of leads us into the competitive aspect too. So this was day 2 of the event, so Friday.
We can start with day 1 since Joseph and Steven played.
Okay,
it'll be quick.
Day 1.
All right, but yeah, so
it'll be
quick. Sum up what I was talking about.
We're gonna get to day 2. No,
I had to hurry up and eat. So, anyways, yeah, go to day 1, guys. So what happened day 1?
Sus fucking ramen story.
I'm sorry.
So anyway, day 1, me, Steven, and Joseph signed up for this Pokemon fan game called Pokemon Close Combat.
Great
and
game.
for me, for me, it was a personal protest against the Pokemon community because fuck y'all. Because last year y'all ain't let us play in practice or warm up.
Man.
And then this year y'all were AFK until bracket started and had less entrants than a fan game that came out last year.
Yep, and nobody watched Pokemon.
And didn't have Harada watch it.
We'll get to
reverse
that.
shout out to y'all. Blazing Strike had more people watching than people watching Pokemon. So I'll put that out there too.
I didn't know that.
DX community.
That's sad.
So anyway, we got to warm up, as in I warmed up and Joseph and Steven watched me lose to this Heracross.
It was looking even.
Pretty much.
It was looking kind of even.
Yeah, after I found out the controls.
Right?
That's on you for going into a new character.
Mind you, audience, I played for all of 20 minutes before I signed up.
David didn't even know the basic, like he didn't know you could dash. No, he didn't know you could dash forward after a parry. I was like, you didn't know that for the character? It's a rushdown character. I was like, bro, why didn't you ask?
I didn't know the system mechanics. I was just like, oh my god. But I don't want people to think this means the game's bad.
The game
was just like, we just didn't make it a priority to practice or get ready for this
at all.
No. But we even a month before I was like, hey, we should probably get in a call and practice at some point in time. Nobody responded.
Yeah, we were kind of just like,
we played Fortnite.
We were like, yeah, I'll be fine.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think we definitely wanted to. The main thing was we wanted to show our support for the game because I think think it's a great, like, as a Pokemon fighter, there's nothing there right now, and I think that's the one to play. So
yeah, it fills that niche for us, and also, well, just you about to say something.
I was gonna say also I don't have a main game right now, so I was like, yeah, let's just play this because I did want to practice, but I think something came up. I was doing a project.
Your main game, but you put 20 minutes into it, bro. Like,
no, I wanted no. What I'm saying is I don't have a main game right now, so I wanted to play something as a main game, but I also didn't have the time to practice. I was like, okay, well, 20 minutes is enough.
So, chat. Joseph put 20 minutes into Pokemon Close Combat, and he put 0 minutes into Rivals 2, the other game he signed up for. So that's his secondary game. But anyway, the cool thing was when I was grinding with this Heracross guy, he was pretty nice, by the way. Shout out to you. Didn't get your tag. Lord Harada Sensei shows up behind me and starts taking pictures of me playing, and I didn't know what was happening at the time.
You didn't even know he was behind you. I was just like,
didn't even know he was behind me.
It was crazy.
I looked over,
but I instinctively locked in.
It was crazy because I'm standing behind David watching. Joseph's on the other side watching
water.
Yeah, he was doing that, watching another guy play the game, whatever. And then
not supporting his twin brother.
I see this guy step up next to me. I'm like, and then another dude walked up, and I was like, oh, that looks like Staff. And I look, I was like, oh. That's Harada-san. So I didn't say. Go ahead.
I was
so who is he? Because I'm sure the viewers have no idea who he is.
That's what I was going to
say. You know, I want Joseph to tell me.
Go ahead, Joseph.
Nah, y'all got it. Y'all
heard
that one.
We do not have it.
Mr. Let me call Mom real quick.
Shut up.
Hey, Steve's trying to talk. Let him talk.
So Harada, I don't even know his first name, or to be honest, but he is like big name in the fighting community. The creator of Tekken. Mm-hmm. So if you that's like one of the, I'm positive. For those who don't know, that is like one of the main pillars of the fighting game community as a game, and so is he. Therefore, and he came to Frosty's. I don't know exactly why he showed up for Frosty's. He didn't last year, but this year was kind of like, I'm just going to be here.
He was bored. Yeah.
But yeah, he came through and he was kind of just there to kind of see how the tournament was being held and kind of watching the games and everything. And so I'm standing there and then he's standing there and his, what's the title? Not assistant. Translator. Yeah. But he's taking pictures of the back of David's head. I'm like, this dude is taking pictures of this fan game, which by the way, Pokken was developed by the Tekken team. So we're all
Pokemon fan.
Yeah, we're all standing here.
Yeah,
we're all standing here in this 12 entrant side tournament, and then this guy, this celebrity is over here like this game. He's looking at the game. He's like nodding his head. It's like, oh, okay. I see. I'm like, dang, okay.
What's a sponsor there, bro?
Which said this David nigga kind of cool.
Which reminds me,
that's what he was thinking, bro.
I forgot to tell the close combat community that happened, because I don't think anyone made a mention of that in the Discord. Because that's pretty big. It can go either way, obviously.
That's huge.
Yeah, when you got the guy who's already made a Pokemon fighting games looking at your game with some approval, I mean,
doing something good.
Y'all doing something right.
Yeah, and also I think it speaks to how Harada has said before that he really wants to make another Pokemon fighting game, but it's totally in the Pokemon Company's court to allow them to do so.
Yep.
But I only wonder what he will do with that picture. Like, is he going to be like, I offer this community as tribute for me to make another Pokemon game. Go cancel them.
Yeah, we were making that joke, I think, the entire trip. Like,
Yeah.
If close combat gets shut down, we know who to blame.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I picture it because Harada has his YouTube channel. He has a section called Harada Talks where he invites like other developers in Japan to like talk at his bar. And then I just imagine him pulling out his phone, showing gameplay of that to someone at Game Freak. And
Like,
Game Freak just deletes everything that happened.
You seen this?
His phone.
Can you imagine? Like, he just does it innocently. Like, oh, look at how cool this is. It's just like, call the lawyers
right now. Lawyer up, buddy.
No, I like to think he was like, you see this game has got more viewers and entrants than the game that we made you. So
yeah.
That wouldn't be a good way to sell it.
No, I don't think there really is a good way to sell it.
There's demand for this, and you messed up by not advertising Pokken. There's still demand for it.
Harada literally just has to do the trust me, bro. There's a demand for it. Like, you can't show
Also,
that picture without someone like potentially, most likely, getting screwed over.
Yeah,
also,
no,
I will say
Japan. The fan game will die, but
inside Japanese game stores in Japan, they do have a section for like indie games, like fan games like that, or they're legally able to sell stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think maybe something like that happens, maybe in a local setting. But beyond that, who knows what's going to happen with that footage?
Probably nothing.
And we'll never know because none of my friends or family took video evidence or photos of this interaction happening. And I'm going to hold on to that. That I wouldn't have had to do what I do later in this trip if you all got that. That could have been my highlight of the trip.
No, now you got two highlights.
Yeah, but one of them
to be fair, from my perspective, I'm in front of him. So that'd be weird if I took a picture of him taking a picture of you.
Oh my god!
Is this how you pin it on Steven?
Yeah, what to say? That's exactly what he's doing.
Yep.
Anyway, all jokes aside, it was a cool moment, and the bracket, like, we can speed run through it. It was fun. I had a good time, even though like I lost. Like I had fun. Black people were just great.
Yeah.
Shout out to black people.
Yeah, I went too. Shout out to Steven.
Oh, you're welcome. Well, after I got washed by the TO, I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll just...
me too.
Man.
Oh, you guys fought the same person?
No, he fought him in his losers, right?
Yeah.
No, I fought the TO. So I won my first round.
Right.
I won my first. It was a Lopunny player or something. And it doesn't matter.
But only Heracross players, I swear to God.
Yeah, so there were like 7 Heracrosses out of the 23 people there. But then I played against the TO after Steven did, and he watched me with 50-50s repeatedly, and I was like, I don't know what to do against this. So.
I love Blaziken.
Yeah. And then after that, when I went to losers, I played against this. It was the second Blaziken in a row.
Yeah.
But it was this brother.
Dude, that set was so funny. So funny.
We drew more of a crowd than Pokken had all weekend, is what I'm saying.
Fair.
True.
But it was funny. So I played against this guy. Like, it was a fun set. Like, we were loud. We were just being niggas, you know. So it was a good time. And I found out afterward he has a twin brother who was at the event too. And his twin brother is really quiet, but he's really loud.
Yep.
They're both content creators. And they both love fighting games. I was like, yo, we got to get a picture, all 4 of us. But we couldn't find his brother. He and I were looking for his brother.
I'm pretty sure. Well, I thought they're both staff. I thought they were both in that room.
No.
That was just one of his friends that he was like talking back to.
And so the brother I lost to is a Killer Instinct player.
Oh, that's funny.
But then the quiet one is a Street Fighter Tekken player. And I was just like, I really just lost to like a KI player. I didn't even think y'all existed. But
it was going on right behind you guys.
Also right behind us.
They were really cool though. We follow each other on Twitter now, so shout out to them.
Sweet. Yeah.
Steve, you want to talk about your bracket?
No.
All right, Joseph, you want to talk about your break?
Steven
did it.
Featuring Steven.
Yeah, so obviously I didn't practice either. But I knew some of the core mechanics of the game. But man, I also picked a low tier, which going in I was like, I don't care, I'm gonna be fine because I evolve into a top tier. I did not evolve my first set, so so I played Tyro. They love that role though. They're like, oh, he's good with the role though. I could hear some of the people behind us. I was like, oh, that role's crazy. You're invincible. Dies. So yeah, I went 0-2. First against a TO, and then they pit me against Joseph.
Hey, time out. I just realized how many friends did Joseph kill on this trip?
I think Joseph was like a bracket ender for most of our group. It would always in losers.
You're not good at games. It's not good at games. He said, as long as I get someone I know in my bracket, I can get a win.
Look, I was not with y'all, bro. I saw the seating. I was like, hey, I don't know this dude.
So for those who don't know, you're supposed to report if someone you know is in your bracket, Pat, especially early on. Joseph, you are grimy. You are so grimy.
It didn't matter for close combat, but it was like, all right, cool, that's fine. So
I'll say it's pretty much the same narrative with everybody. Pretty much, like I said, I played 20 minutes before, like a while ago, not even like the day before. Like a while ago, I played for 20 minutes.
First game out.
We show up. I'm like, okay, I remember one combo, and I had to remember it during a set. So that essentially describes my whole run, where I was just like figuring out how to play the game during a tournament run. And it was fun though. I thought I wouldn't take a single game. I took a couple games off everybody, so that was pretty fun.
Took games off Steven, yeah. That was nice.
I took a set off Steven. Let's get that
right. They were close games, so you know.
They were close. Like it looked like a wash.
I evolved during the set, so.
Flags? Yeah, bro.
I'm just saying, whoever Steven fought before,
let the man evolve. That's crazy.
But after playing that, I was like, yeah, it would be fun if I actually knew what I was doing in this game, because like this game did feel good to play, and even doing like the basic bread and butter. So like this is pretty.
I was watching your sets, and I was like, oh, like actually, like you are doing like the stuff you're supposed to be doing. So yeah, maybe there's something for us. Same with David, as long as he knows how to parry and press forward. That was the only thing missing, David. No.
My combos were dirty.
David had the pressure. He was doing everything right, but as soon as he was on the back step, he was like, why can't I move forward? I was like, bro, you just gotta press. You just gotta hold forward.
Flashback to his losing game when he ran away from that fireball full screen, bro. That was so funny. I wish I recorded it.
I'm glad that isn't clip, because now
dude, that was so funny. So funny.
Nah, but it was a good time.
I had clips all weekend. That's all I'll say.
But it was a good time. I enjoyed playing in that tournament.
On that first day, did we even do anything else? We just did that and left.
I signed up for another tournament, but I definitely didn't play because it was some side game where you used to do 0 to deaths. So I was like, I'm not doing that. So,
we did fighting game. We did. I think after that we just went back to Airbnb and did like Airbnb
because that was because
first day of the trip, right?
First day of the trip. Well, literally when we got there, I was like, I didn't even know we were competing that day. By the way, I thought it was the day after we got there. That was just like, oh.
I was the village chaperone.
Absolutely no practice. Because like in my head when we got the Airbnb, because in the Airbnb, I was like, okay, I'm gonna take a little nap and then we can just play and practice. Like, oh, our set is in 2 hours.
I don't want to hear it, Joseph, because you guys got to the Airbnb and David said, "Hey, Steve and Joseph, we should warm up," and you guys left him on red IRL, bro.
In real life, I said that. You all said nothing to me verbally.
I don't remember this. False.
I know.
I don't remember this at all.
All I'm gonna say is the condom situation happened. I was not in the mood.
Yeah, see, we have priorities.
That's fair.
All right. Well, here's what I'll put, and then we can stop talking about close combat. If I only told Steven and didn't tell Joseph we had bracket, Steven would have also got a set win.
Hey, we don't know. We don't know.
Let's make sure Joseph doesn't check in.
I'll just say, in an alternate timeline, Joseph went 0-2 and Steven's 1-2, bro. That's all I'm saying.
I went 2-2.
Well, if you don't show, never mind.
As they broke out a bind.
What's the website say?
All right, so anyway, Friday.
That
was Thursday. Friday is day 2.
Yeah, so Thursday, yeah, we did just go back. I don't remember what we ate that day for real. Was that the Greek
We went
place?
to the Greek place.
Yeah.
But prior.
All right, that was made. All right, go to Friday.
All right, Friday. So Friday is where the Street Fighter crew played. So that included me, our buddy Han, and our buddy Miguel. So it was just us three for Street Fighter. So rewind a little bit to the ramen moment. So after I ate my ramen, had to get in line, had to run into the event space. So me and Hans, me and Hans bracket were at the exact same time. So we both started at 12. However, I did not play my first game until 2:00.
What happened?
Because so I'm over here sweating, rushing to try to get not DQ'd. And I check in and everything, and the person next to me, disqualified for people that don't know what DQ is, but not Dairy Queen. So, I walk in, check in, the guy's like, okay, we're just waiting on your guy. He's playing a different bracket right now. He should be here soon. Okay. I'm chilling, watching other people play their sets, getting hyped, getting pumped up. I was playing casuals beforehand, like feeling good about myself, boom, right? So 30 minutes goes by. Nothing. Checking with the guy again. Hey, like, what's going on? Oh, we're still waiting on you, guy. Okay, cool. Hour goes by. Hey, am I playing anytime soon? Oh, we don't know when the other person's gonna finish. He's playing Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and is in top 4. And I was just like,
a side bracket, which for those who don't know, it's so how it works. Well, first, I'll say Frosties this year, man, people had a lot of privilege to get away with getting DQ'd because usually it makes sense if you're in like a main tournament and if you're competing during there, that makes sense because it would be impossible for you to go between two different games, back to back. While and you get further in the bracket, the more difficult it gets. Blah blah blah. You know how it goes. So that makes sense. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 had like what 30, 40 people.
Yeah,
it was not a huge. It was not a huge tournament. So even if you were getting far in it, like. It's kind of already set.
It's also
exactly.
Dude, it's such a fast game as well. Like, unless they were both camping each other out, but
that's unlikely.
Even then, the matches at most are 99 counts, not even seconds. So it's shorter than 99 seconds.
Exactly. So Johnny's over here getting iced because this is a player, because he hits, but basically, he has to wait 2 hours because the other guy hit buttons good in a different game, and that's not okay. Usually there'll be like a 20-30 minute grace period. If the TO knows you, they'll give you like 40, how it goes. But like 2 hours, it was kind of crazy.
Dude, hour and a half I had to wait for them to finally DQ this person and not even DQ them out the tournament, just put them in loser side. They got later DQ'd out the tournament, but they just put them in loser side. So
after making you wait for 2 hours, and we had to press this guy.
Yeah, I was getting iced, and like I was trying so hard to like not like get aggravated because I knew if I got aggravated, I was gonna have a terrible bracket run. Mm-hmm. So I think I did a good job like not getting upset. I unfortunately wasn't able to catch any of Han's games because Han was like also kind of going through the same thing almost. But we'll talk about Hans in a little bit because I know a little bit of it, but I think you guys watched more of it than I did. But for me, finally sat down to play. I was iced. I was like trying to fight like aggravation. So my first game wasn't bad, but I lost. I ended up losing because I kept doing dumb options. I got nervous. Again, my first big tournament, so it is what it is. Kind of took that loss with grace. Loses round 1. I win. Was pretty close, but still felt good. And then my last game, I got extremely nervous because I've won my first game ever in a tournament, like a big tournament, and then I'm still in loser's sides. Like if I lose, I'm out. So like super nervous. End up doing really dumb options to kind of sum it up, and get punished for them because the person actually had a brain. And that was kind of the end of my run.
Wait, time out, Johnny. You also have a brain, and you did really well. It was so close that like it was drawing a crowd.
It was close. So, it was close. I'm definitely like
you're
downplaying it a lot, but it was a very good for my record as a player in general. It was a very good run. I'm super proud of it. Wasn't super like I went 2-2 technically, but really 1-2 because I don't count the DQ.
And also, I lost my bingo card because you had the best mentality out of everyone who signed up for Street Fighter.
I was going to talk about that too. So, for our friend group, I'm usually the one that I get very upset with myself because I have like hindsight 2020, you know. So like I'll look at my mistakes and be like, "Oh, I'm such an idiot. I messed up here." Yada yada. I get down on myself a lot when I play games, and that usually comes into my attitude. This time for the tournament, I was feeling good. Like I felt great after playing. So, want to give myself a big pat on the back for it. Really want to mention it because I think that it helps show that I've grown as a person as well as a competitor. So I think that was a really good thing. So I felt pretty fine. Like I knew the mistakes I was making. I knew why I was making those mistakes. So I think my bracket one, to kind of sum it up quickly, went good. I think I did a good job, especially for my first ever in-person big tournament. Mm-hmm. So did you guys watch a lot of Han's matches? I think I was able to watch one.
I didn't see any Street Fighter.
Yeah, I forgot we were doing. I think I was in the
it was weird. I just didn't go because I assume it was all in the grand ballroom, right?
Yeah, it was all.
I didn't go to grand ballroom once the entire trip.
That's crazy. I did not know that.
You're criminal.
I know I was chauffeuring or something because I got there and I was at the tail end of it. I know I saw some of Meech's games and then
Steve, I know what happened.
What
it was me, you, Adam, and Simon driving around places.
Oh, that's right, because we went to go get breakfast first, and we are gonna go watch the games afterwards.
The breakfast where Simon pointed out, "There's your hero," and left.
The breakfast with Leffen.
I did not want to say his name on the pod.
Well, we don't have to explain.
Not be named
we don't have to explain who he is. We just
the 40 pancakes he ordered.
Yeah, there was.
But it threw me off. I was like, "Your hero? Who?" I was like, "What?"
Yeah, that was crazy.
I was like, "What? What's he talking about?"
Yeah.
I was disappointed.
He got what he deserved.
But so you guys didn't, but David watched most of it.
Well, I got the gist of what happened. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, Steven. Yeah, your fucking pancakes got the gist of what happened. Bro. Shut up.
You know how Meech is. He explained the whole thing right then and there. I got the spark notes. Well, okay, go ahead. You were there.
Well, so basically, yeah. Thank you, nigga.
Oh, you're welcome. I still know what happened.
Are we gonna have to bring back the potato guys? Yeah.
Since you want to share so much. All right, I'm gonna raise my hand. All right, so I'm going. No, but to sum up, like what happened, like so Han did very well last year in Frosty Faustings, and
got a pull.
He made it. Yeah, he made it to day 2. You know, and that's like a really big thing. And in true Han fashion, he was living off yesterday's glory that entire year from last time. And he truly did let his arrogance like get to him because he was over prepared to do well at this event, but like mentality wise, because he had such a high expectation for himself, like was totally on autopilot. Like in the early rounds of pools, yes, he was seeded into a higher ranked player, which means basically to play against someone who is projected to have much higher skill than him. But that person, from watching Han for so long and watching that person, was not even close to like as good as Han.
Yeah.
But so it was like a very winnable match that he lost. And like that first loss just like destroyed all the confidence he had over the course of like a year. And it wasn't even like I wouldn't even say it was like a difficult matchup or anything like that. It was truly just like his mentality versus himself. And then and then it was really cool that he got a rematch against the person who beat him last year, who was Fatality, who's like a pretty notable player from Smash and now Street Fighter. And it was a wash. It was a wash.
I did watch the Fatality match.
Han got absolutely destroyed, but he was like, I wouldn't even say autopiloting. It was like baby's first Ken. Like he was playing like it wasn't him. Like something's wrong with his controller or something. And the match was so quick that I think the video that I recorded was like less than 2 minutes.
Jeez.
Like it took more time for Fatality to set up his tripod than it was for like the match to actually play out. Yeah. So that was unfortunate, but yeah. So after that, Han AFK'd and went and hung out with his other friends. So he'll do fine next year.
Yeah.
Like mentality just like needs to get evaluated, you know? Like
it's honestly like it's probably the hardest battle, at least for me. Like, it's the mental state of like playing a game. Like, you can be 100% confident, but the second your mental's gone, you're gone. Like, it sucks. It sucks to lose your mental. So I definitely feel that. But I did watch the Fatality game. That game was very quick, even for. So he plays a character named DJ. Quick rundown: DJ is a very rush down, in your face character. So those games can be quick, but Han also plays Ken, so Ken is also kind of the same thing. So it was just quick. So yeah, it's unfortunate.
And I think it was a really good match. Like, could have been a really good match if Han had taken time with himself. Just because like it was a matchup he was prepared for. Like, it was a matchup he had to play very often at the start of Street Fighter 6. But also was someone he had played against before who had similar habits. Like, yes, Fatality has gotten better since last year, but he still like has those like player habits that Han was able to point out when they played that extended friendly session last year. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah. So that was Han's run, and then we get into Miguel, Meechmex himself. So
yeah,
Miguel. You should have Joseph tell this story because he was not in the ballroom the whole weekend.
So basically, he lost.
I mean, essentially, yeah. So what happened with Miguel? Steven, did you want to tell this Miguel story? Because you were there for that one, right?
Yeah, not the first round. I can tell it briefly. Basically, in his round,
he got washed, bro.
I mean, no, that's the worst part. I
don't think so.
Meech perfect the guy a couple of rounds, and I say couple because his opponent kept claiming, and I wasn't there, so I don't know, but kept claiming whenever he lost specifically that he was having controller issues.
Yeah,
he was heckling Meech
every single time. Every single time Miguel got a perfect on him, and like, keep in mind, like, Miguel is a very solid player. He puts a lot of hours into Street Fighter. He's one of those people that, like, when they say they're gonna do something, they do it hardcore. Yeah. So Miguel knows like the ins and outs of his character. He's very self-aware as well. So I think that his round one, he did beat, like, just outright. He got a double perfect on him, and then perfected him in the second game that they had to apparently redo. But yeah, the guy kept saying every single time that he got a perfect on him that his controller was messing up. So Miguel, being a nice guy, was just like, okay, like, we'll just run it back, you know? And they ran it back, I think, a total of like 2 times. So they basically played 4 games together, which the game should have been settled in 2. They played like 4 games together, or either 4 or 5, either way. Miguel ended up losing the set, and he was not happy at all.
Which I have
rightfully so. Yeah, rightfully so.
But at the same time, like, I get it. Like, we're not like, we don't always go to tournaments. We don't know all the proper etiquette and everything. But when someone does that and they're claiming controller issues, one, they should be bringing the TO over. But if that's not the case, then Meech should have done so, and he should have reported that, because really how it should have been. I mean, tough luck, man. If you're not getting it fixed, then like you lost.
We all paid X amount of money to get here, and if you're having controller issues when you have to perform, that's on you.
That's on you.
My thing is, like, even if you do give the guy grace, like, say the double perfect, like, oh, you know, like, my controller's not working. Sure, the second you report your controller's not working again, you just hard stop and like, hey, you need to get another controller, or we're counting the game. Like, you can't do that.
Yeah.
No, you take the W. You just said, "Damn, that sucks," and then it's just like,
exactly.
Because to be honest, I would have taken it, because at the second time it's just like, less on you for being broke. So
yeah, I mean,
not even broke, but like,
not even necessarily broke. I will say the guy he played against, and this, I guess this is new, like, hidden lore. I ran into him in the elevator of the hotel I was staying in by myself the day before. He's not broke. He's not broke. That was a nice hotel.
So
yeah, but
bro's broke.
I mean, his hairline might say otherwise.
Bro,
he was
Baldy McBalls.
I wasn't gonna.
I'm on demon time when you come from my friends. Like, nah, his hairline, he was broke in that department.
But yeah, he did some scum shit, for sure. And I know, and like, people can say like, oh, like, maybe it actually was a controller. No, the reason why we know it wasn't his controller, he played a set right in front of us again, had no issues, no problems whatsoever. And unfortunately, because the guy that Miguel just lost to played right in front of us, Miguel got really in his head. Like, like, you know that episode of SpongeBob where Squidward's eyes locked onto the road. That was Miguel on that set. He watched it and he was just like, he was telling himself like, I could have beaten this guy easy, and he did beat that guy easy, but he got really lost in his head. And similar to Han, like the mental just completely dissipated. I think that he went 0-2, right? Or did he go 1-2?
1-2.
I think
He went 1-2. Right?
He went 1-2 because he beat the next guy, and then he was still feeling bad, and then
he was not. His mental state was gone, and it sucks because looking at everybody that was in Miguel's bracket, I honestly think he could have made out of pools 100%.
Yeah,
just because like looking at everyone fundamentally, like I played a lot of Street Fighter, I've watched a lot of Street Fighter. Those guys are not on Miguel's level. I play against Miguel all the time, so like it's unfortunate that his mental state really hindered his progress like in his bracket, but I mean we moved forward.
It was his first like
it's his first major
level. Well, it was a major FIFA, you're right. It was his first major, so
yeah.
I think it's a learning experience. And like because of my role on the team at this point, because I also done my main game like Joseph, I'll just bring scissors next time.
I was gonna just be like,
if you want to have controller issues, like we can make controller issues.
I was gonna say I was gonna be the team handler and just grab the TO, but I mean the scissors idea, sure. I mean I'm not gonna stop.
I thought you were gonna say you're gonna grab that guy's 3 remaining strands of hair.
Oh, I was gonna ruffle his head like it's okay, buddy.
I think that like all the like my issue as well, like not talking to like the TO like more sternly, I guess, as well. Like it was my first major as well, so like I knew what like Miguel probably knew like he should have reported it, but because it's like we were probably nervous and shy, so like we didn't really do it, so it's definitely something like now that I've kind of got those like first time jitters out the way, if it happens again next year, if we go back, I'm not doing that. Like you either DQ this guy after 45 minutes or I make a Twitter account and put y'all on blast. I don't know.
No. We have to do what we did for your bracket runner. Like we straight hoed that dude. Like we had to nigga him and be like, "Hey, why is Johnny not playing yet?" And after we pressed him, all of a sudden after we pressed him, we're just gonna DQ him.
Yeah.
After 5 of us walk up to the scrawny dude, like we should have in hindsight done the same thing for me. It's like
100%.
That nigga saying his controller must be heckling my bro.
Let me see.
Let me see that. Hey, let me play a set. Let me play a set for him.
If someone's doing that, you can request like, call a TO over. He'll watch us do a button check. If that guy's bullshitting, then like he'll get like a round loss or something for that.
Yeah. So. It's also like I felt like calling over to TO, especially when I watched him play the set and like nothing happened to his controller at all. I was like, this is straight bullshit. But I already saw like. I didn't want to escalate it more because I already saw how pissed off Miguel was. Like his mental was already gone. Like man went to go get a shot after he lost. That's kind of how bad he took it, unfortunately.
Well, either way, all improvements for next year because it's the play is there. It's just the mental state. So,
right.
100% agree.
To me,
we'll get them next time, boys.
That's right. We'll get them TOs next time. Well, maybe we got them this time too.
Hey, I'm just saying, next Frosties, I'll have my locks and I'll be 50 pounds lighter. So just saying, it's gonna be some real.
And I'll be a competitor. So we're all leveling up.
Go on.
I was just gonna sum up like that's kind of how day 2 went because we were the only ones that competed, and then it was after that we kind of just hung around, did like some like side game stuff, like played friendlies and casuals.
Oh, we killed the arcade.
Oh yeah, the arcade was so fun.
That's where. Go ahead.
Also, Johnny and Steven at the best Melty Blood Grand Finals.
Grimy ass Melty Blood.
Steven, I want you to talk about your perspective.
This was Melty Blood, right?
This was Type Lumina. This is what fighting games are about. The grind. It is never about the highest level of play, the lowest level of play. It's about one of the other person playing next to you dead. And that's what we saw between these two.
I figured out the command grab.
I will say, between the two of us, Johnny had the straightforward game plan. But I was playing these characters and I was like, I'm not really feeling the command grab. You know what I'm gonna do? First, I'm gonna play the top tier character, see how that goes.
Bro,
I smoked him. Easy.
You picked the top tier. I forgot who I played against.
Play Seal?
Oh, I did play Seal. I didn't know how to play as her, but yeah, I did take some rounds with her. So
Power Seal is like one of the best characters in the game right now.
Okay.
You play Blob, the vampire, Ice and Fire?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, you play, bro? He's so lame.
He is lame. He's lame as shit. Hey, Joseph.
We had no idea how to play the game.
Joseph, when I'm over here and he's over there, he can't grab me anymore. So, he didn't have a game plan after that.
I got cooked, guys. He figured me out.
That's not even the worst.
Also played characters without command grabs and still just grab.
Yeah, bro's still going for grabs. Okay, but the nun with the big spear?
God.
The big spear?
Yes.
Yeah, she's like a bit
Bro, she is my character.
Nah,
I cooked Johnny.
That character immediately, bro.
I cooked Johnny so bad.
Johnny was playing the whole roster.
Yeah.
Steven's still playing him.
No, I was like, you know what? I'm not really feeling like this character anymore.
You can't take a win off her.
I mean, I hit him with the nasty. What was it? The throwing knife after he had died.
Dude, that crazy.
Shit was so clean. That shit was so clean.
And then David gave me the fucking cheat code.
Bro,
Hey, Johnny,
all right.
Saber.
There's this character. There's this character named Saber, and I shit you not. It was like all the brain cells left the room.
I was just pressing one button, dude.
I was looking at the controller. I was like, what is he doing? He's just.
You know what's bad when someone like me who came up with a reputation of mashing got bored playing the character. It was that bad. I'm like, I played I think one round. I'm like, all right, I'm switching to somebody else. I think the character I had the most fun with, I forgot their names. The little girl who was
Joseph's main.
Joseph's character, yeah.
I don't play her anymore, bro. I played it again. I'm like, dude, Mash is my character. I don't know why I never played Mash before.
My goat.
Mash is so tight.
She was super fun. I liked the
Miyako, by the way.
Yeah, her. I thought she was just fun to play, just in general. I love.
Those are the characters were just functions for them to harm each other.
I know. That's the thing. Miyako was so fun.
They were super fun, and then Steven picked Mario and got cooked.
Oh it wasn't that bad, bro. The puppet character was cooking you for a couple games. What are you talking about?
It was, and then I figured out, it's a puppet anyway.
Back to beating
Mario. No, you picked Saber. Then anyway. Yeah, but
it was so funny though, because I think for a good half of the time we were playing, I had no idea how to super, and then once I figured it out, I started comboing into it. I started doing EX moves and stuff. I was like, oh yeah, this is my game.
Bro. It was a good time though. I enjoyed it. I probably won't ever take that game seriously, but it was fun, and a lot of stuff I carried over from the original Melty Blood at least still worked. So that corner pressure go crazy.
Man. Hey, I will say, them corners fucked me up, bro.
Yeah.
That mid-screen was mine, though. That mid-screen was mine.
That's true. When I got you in the corner, though.
That was Saberland.
Adapt. Watch this
I didn't know the meaty timing, bro. I was
heavy meaty. Ugh.
No, you got hit it with them low jabs, bro. I was cool.
Oh, you don't protect. If you don't protect your knees.
It's Melty Blood. Wake up, crouching button.
The amount of times I just saw characters on the ground just...
Yeah. I mean, you can protect your knees.
Yeah, dude. But no, that was, oh my god, that was super fun. And then I didn't get a chance to play on the third strike setup, but it was there.
Man, nobody did. We went to the corner where Sonic the Fighters was empty. So we went next.
Wait, did y'all play?
Yeah.
They should have streamed Steven and I's matches, bro.
All I'm saying, the Bark Knuckles matchup, we'll never know. That's a 50-50. That's a 50-50.
I'm just saying I beat his Amy off of the sticks. That's
once I couldn't hit any quarter full half circles, I was like, I'm done. Oh, go to Knuckles.
He's like, character in the game. I was like, I'll play low tier and still win.
He got hyper lariat, bro. I mean,
I didn't need that.
No, nah, bro. He pulled it out. I took that shit. I was like, get me the fuck out of here. Get out of here.
It got so grimy. He beat me 2 games in a row with Knuckles. He came over to my side of the cabinet. He saw I had the command list pulled up. It's so grimy, bro. I was like, what's my 50% health coming?
Oh my god, I can't believe I missed that. Oh, that would have been so.
I'm telling you, bro, we were hidden behind third strike. It was like a veil. No one even knew that machine was there.
The location is so bad for that.
Yeah.
Everyone walked by there like, why are they so loud? Like, what are they playing on third strike? It's like, oh, this is fucking Sonic game.
People started watching us because how loud we were being. One arcade cabinet in the corner. Are those guys okay?
Right?
Wasn't one of the cabinets was like a Sega Saturn like hooked up to it was under it or something like that?
It was a CVS 2 Mark of the Millennium. It was ran using the Dreamcast, but that broke. It wasn't working. Yeah, I don't know how the Dreamcast wasn't working, but the controls weren't working. Yeah, about to say. So I didn't. So I played that. I didn't have a high kick. I didn't have any kicks. So couldn't play half the characters.
And then me and you, Steven, we played. Was it Puyo Puyo?
Puzzle Bobble.
Puzzle Bobble.
It was Puzzle Bobble.
That got grimy too.
Bro, Steven, you were pissed at me, bro. I was having a good old time.
Bro, okay. Bro.
Yes, that was it.
Because I was watching
Blue Bubble.
I was watching Johnny scream. Bro, so in that game you can actually mess with other characters. Johnny was doing none of that shit.
By the way.
Bro, exactly. Johnny was doing none of that. He was like, match blue with blue. Match green with green. And like he would get like a 3 bubble combo. It would turn into the whole fucking screen white. I was like, I just basically killed him, and he came all the way back. I was like,
dude,
I can't believe this shit.
It was so funny because like the characters, certain characters have certain aspects and like buffs that they do for doing combos. I was using just a regular dude, the little dinosaur, no buffs, no nothing, no BS, just straight ass whooping, bro.
You know what's wild? Before you got all those beats you playing, we were going back and forth towards the end.
I mean,
you had a crowd watching.
Oh, we did.
Yeah, when I walked in, because you guys were all there, I think. When I walked in, you guys had like a good like 5-6 people standing there watching, like almost like cheering you guys on to play.
All right, so, I guess I'm entering Puzzle Bubble next year because I didn't know it was like that.
I know y'all were like that. That's crazy.
I was like, well, we're just playing the game.
Me and David played the racing game, and that got grimy.
Yeah, I didn't see that. How did
bro? You talking about the arcade racing game in the corner?
So I was like, I don't want this random machine to have my photo on it. And then Johnny got an account on it, so he gets like 3 more nitro in a race than I do. And I was like, dude, I very quickly gave up my privacy. Like I was like, we are taking a picture.
David did smoke me right after that. I ain't gonna lie, he did smoke me.
You know what's funny? Me, Noah, and Salty were playing the same game, right? So I got off what Salty play. I see Noah make an account and have all the boosts. Tell me why this dude still lost to Salty.
Why you out him so quickly, bro?
Oh,
like, ain't no way he's gonna get 3 boosts and Salty got 1, bro. Ain't no way.
Salty energy efficient, bro.
Salty, I didn't know Salty was the arcade racing champion, bro. Don't mess with him.
Bro's initial D.
What to say?
Down Chicago racing, and I see this dude have more boost than him. Like, this ain't right.
Street racer. God damn.
Oh my god. But no, that game was super fun. All like the casual games, and I think I don't think this happened on day 2, but I know me and you, David, we played MVC2 together for a little bit, and that got grimy.
That was so good, and it was funny because we're in the corner of the Smash room.
It's one setup.
It's sweaty. It stinks. I was trying to do a certain combo that was like really hard. I kept pressing pause, and Johnny was in the middle of my combo
to play with this.
Hey, take a stop.
He's gone.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god, that was so fun though.
Yeah, so all the like casual things, just like the amount of games you can play like for free and just like dip your toes into, just like made the experience so good. Like,
yep.
Fucking Steven and I played Toy Fight.
We played an hour. Yeah, we played an hour of Toy Fight.
I know.
Steven took my chicken main, so I had to switch to the nurse girl permanently. Dude.
The nurse girl. I know. Man, you hit me with that special. I was like, I guess that's your character, bro.
All right, first off, well, I'm not gonna go into the details, but that game's fucking crazy. Shout out to Toy Fighter.
Yeah.
What are you saying, Johnny?
I was saying that I saw Miguel and Han playing Tekken together.
No, they were. I think they were playing Soul Calibur.
Oh yeah,
they played Soul Calibur as well, but they also
that's right. They played okay.
They also played Tekken, and they were getting into it because they were quiet. They were not laughing. They were not having a good time. They were playing bracket, bro.
Yeah, dude,
they were
exactly.
They were into it.
Someone did actually they were playing bracket because bracket was about to start. So
they were quiet. They were quiet. It was so funny.
It's Meech, who has never played Tekken 4 in his life, playing as Clyde.
Oh my god!
I promise. I swear this happened. I think somebody came up and was like, "This is a set."
Yeah, no, that did happen.
Wait, Joseph, was that when you and I were playing right next to him?
I think so. You guys are playing at least a table over. Playing
No, that when they played Tekken, they was in the actual like ballroom. When they played Soul Calibur,
when
they played
Soul Calibur.
It was day 3. It was day 3.
Yeah,
which I guess we can start talking about. I don't know how we're doing on time though. We kind of been going.
Well, I think now this time
we can go. We're not doing a part 3, so run this.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry. So we're now in day 3 since we're talking about the Tekken stuff. So Tekken was also in the same room as Rivals of Aether 2. Quick rundown: Rivals of Aether 2 is a platform fighter like Smash Bros, but doesn't have like Smash IP. It's just like furries essentially.
It is random animals.
Random animals. Yeah,
niggas had to go there first. Ramen slurp, and now Joseph, you play Rivals. You take the mic. This nigga can't talk.
Yeah, go ahead, Joseph. You haven't talked.
Dude, I haven't talked. Nah. Y'all had all these crazy experiences with the other games, bro.
Yeah, Joseph. Take it away, brother.
I will say,
Hey, no, time out. I gotta call out Johnny, bro.
What'd he say? I missed it.
When he was talking about Han, Meech, and Noah, he called them buddies. And he said, take it away, brother. No, I'm clocking it. Bro. No. Oh, fuck. It's your month, ain't it, Johnny?
Oh, hell yeah, bro. I mean, hey, I didn't tell y'all, but Miguel said I can only choose Black History Month or Hispanic Heritage Month. I chose Black History Month this year.
Never mind.
That's what I chose. That's what I chose this
call
year.
My buddy, yeah.
That's what I chose this year.
It's by a yearly basis?
Yeah, it's on a yearly basis. I had to pick at the beginning of the year. It's a survey on January 1st.
In the world right now, I get why you chose this month. Shout out to our amigo.
Wait, people who enter Rivals, they would actually practice? Even Salty, who I thought was practicing, just wasn't playing friendlies with random people. I feel like when we played Smash,
he played friendlies.
Yes,
he played friendlies for a while.
Yeah,
when we were playing arcade rooms, I thought he was playing friendlies. I went in there and he was somewhere else.
Remember,
he was gone,
remember we did rotations between you, me, Noah. What?
Go ahead.
I was it was you, me
at the event.
It was you, me, Noah, Salt. Yeah, at the event, you, me, Noah, Salty, Adam, and Simon, and we had.
That was the day prior to the event.
Oh well.
Well, Joseph, go for it.
The day of the event, Salty had me take him early though.
Yeah, we were there early. Yeah. He
I guess it was that
all day.
Yeah. When we were playing like the arcade cabinet games, I thought he was practicing. I thought that's why he wanted to go in it. Like maybe I'm thinking of mix up the days because maybe I was after the fact.
Well, yeah, I think you're mixing the days because Salty grinded friendlies when we got there, like all day. I'm surprised he wasn't burnt out.
Also, only reason I bring that up because I feel like at least when I was playing Smash, like I was like constantly just in the same room grinding. I just didn't see it. I was like, oh, I don't think anybody grinded Rivals, but no, I guess it's just me because dude, I did not grind. And reason for that is because like I just personally speaking, I don't like that game that much. So there's that. But going into Rivals 2 as a competitor, I will say not the same as a term experience you get playing anything else. It's just kind of weird playing it now because like I'm entering a game I don't have passion for or like too much interest in right now. Whereas like Close Combat, I was more like I want to support this game and be fun. Like I never entered a traditional fighter type game before, so I was more interested in that than Rivals 2. So for me, it was just kind of like I'm just here to try to display. So I'm just vibing with that.
Well, considering you didn't really care, you had a decent run. Like you didn't do bad.
Fundamentally,
before Joseph says some dumb shit.
Fundamentally, I still know how to play 5-4 fighter, so it wasn't that hard. Because people I played against, I was like, okay, if I practice, I definitely could be like everybody I played against that day.
Yes, this is exactly what I'm about to say.
But I just the game itself, I don't agree with the design philosophy behind it, so I didn't practice because like this is my only time going to compete in this game anyway. So
Well, you still ended up forming a villain for the group anyway. So
hey, that was the best part, low key. Well, I was like, okay, I lost round 1, whatever. I fought no one. I was like, hey.
No, we're not talking.
I don't think Noah's the villain.
No one's not the villain.
Yeah, we're
But
not
the
talking
guy
about
you
Noah.
fought before Noah.
Round 1, actually.
Yes.
So I don't know. Why play against a guy like some people are. They're like,
well, first he showed up
you know how
late.
Smashers are.
He showed up late, and he's a buddy with the TO, so we almost had a Johnny incident because dude's just messing around. I think he was out vaping. I'm not gonna lie. So
I probably right.
So the guy that you fought was playing as Crag, who's a not very popular character except for among people who play that character. So because of that, they're all very sensitive.
So where are you going with this?
Contrary to being of the earth elements.
Yeah. So Joseph's over here just playing the game again. Has not practiced at all. Mostly, Joseph didn't practice at all.
And all of us are behind, like just like making fun of Joseph and like talking about how he didn't practice and stuff.
We're not even, and half of us aren't even really watching the game because we're like, we know Joseph.
Yeah, we're having
doesn't
separate conversations.
Yeah, I think Meech is talking about Street Fighter.
Yeah, and then me and Adam were talking about Marvel Rivals.
Yeah,
I was like, it was definitely a casual situation.
Super casual.
Setting.
So basically, Joseph ends up, after a close game, by the way, loses the set.
Game 2 was close.
It was close. It was
All
close.
of it was close.
Yeah, because
game 1, I was like, how do you deal?
No, because but that's my point. Because if you had won game 2, you probably would have won the set. But anyway,
yeah.
The guy turns around to all of us and he does a little, like, he starts shushing us, and we're all like, "Whoa, what the hell are you talking about?" Half of us aren't even looking at him, so we look down. It's like, "Oh, like what's going on?"
I didn't notice until David's like, "Hey, what the fuck was that?"
Yeah,
I was
so
just like, "Oh, what the hell? What's going on?"
So David's like,
bro,
I was like,
that threw me off low key. Cause I was like, okay, whatever, this is a gamer stuff. Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, well, David, what
so we're all like, what?
David Chicago blood.
No, so we're all up in this guy's face, and he starts backing off. I was like, "Oh, I thought you guys were talking about Craig. You know, that's the type of guy I am. I'm sorry." You know, so goes to the TO and does the whole thing, reports the game, and then Joseph stands up, and the TO is like, in a just really weird, it's like, "Hey, what did he say? Heezy, sit back down."
Yeah,
I'm like, and I was like, "Whoa, we're not talking."
Sit back
Yeah,
down.
I was like, "Whoa, we're not talking to him like that." Like, what's going on?
His tag right the whole event. Guys, he was easy the entire time.
So we already we're already not happy about that. What was really funny though was it then his next opponent was still.
This guy was rude to Joseph just to make him play against
Noah.
Team kill.
Oh my god!
And Noah, sit down. Now play against someone who's never beaten you in a game for the last 7 years you've known him.
And then Noah does, of course, like.
Him.
And then Noah's like, "Oh, I just lose," and I was just like, "Bro, just play the game. Like, if that's your mindset, at least make it grindy. Like, at least talk shit the whole set, you know." Which they did not, but
no, it was.
In my head, I was like, "Okay, I win this, right?" So,
just the power up he needed.
Oh my god! Yeah, you beat Noah, and then fucking went on a huge losers run.
My favorite.
I beat the next person that I lost right after that.
You were almost out of pools.
No, you took another game.
I beat Noah. Then I beat the guy right after Noah, and then I lost.
And then you lost
guy after that.
Right. Which was also a close game that you should have won.
Yeah.
Dude, when I got hit by the down tilt, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot Rado does have down tilt no smash, huh?
Joseph's run in this game could literally be summed up into you guys know the idea of like, oh, if Batman had prep time, he could do anything. That's literally what his tournament run was. If Joseph practiced, he could have won it all the way. Like,
yeah.
At the very least, just make it out of pools.
Yeah.
You could have made it to where the legendary one made it. The super one.
Oh.
You definitely could have made it to that level.
Yeah, so didn't make out of pools, but otherwise a good run. And then, you know, we'll get back to the Crag arc later because he'll be important later on in the story.
Very important character.
Yeah. So let's talk about who's left.
Adam.
Salty, and Simon.
Simon didn't do bad. I think he went 1-2, and then Adam.
He watched that dude in the Arcane Ditto, and I was like, "Wait,
I
Simon's not good at games."
I don't know, dude. If you watch that,
I missed.
if you watch that game, it was like, I don't know why this guy randomly decided to play Arcane today. It was bad. Nothing against Simon, because Simon is fairly good at the game, but man, that was so free.
Yeah,
it's weird because the game I saw him play, I was like, he just wasn't doing what he usually does. I was like, bro, just do what you usually do when you win the set.
I think Simon was very nervous. Honestly, like when I was watching him
playing
play,
off like how much he wasn't.
Because he was getting so many like confirms that he could have hit if he was aware of them. And I'm just like, dude, like I don't play this game. You could have killed him here.
Yeah,
it's understandable, right? Because it's tournament setting.
Yeah,
so
it was 100%. Because that's what I told him after the first set. I was like, I know like a guy was like really easy, but like you're letting him live way too long. You need to just like take your kills, and I think nerves got to him. So other than that, I think he did fine.
I think Simon did great. For a first time, I think first time in a major.
Pretty sure,
I think so too.
Yeah,
I think I heard him say
besides
that.
like
locals,
Smash Out or whatever.
Smash that's what he's was talking about. Like he's never been to an event.
But speaking of great, you know what'd be really great? If you all like, comment, and subscribe the Black City Pod YouTube channel, and also that you decided to follow us and comment on this podcast episode.
That's right. We do a lot here.
That'd be great.
We done so much talking. Why don't you talk to us? Maybe a little bit of back and forth. How about that?
Engagement helps us. It helps us continue to do the show.
Let's have a yap session. Just yap to us. We'll yap back.
Whatever yapping means.
Yeah, square.
All right, let's get back to it. So enough of that.
So Adam next. Yeah,
Adam's run was pretty good, wasn't it? Like he made
solid.
It pretty far, right?
He got iced, which didn't help.
I remember that.
Yeah,
he got iced.
Yeah,
he did. Also, I forgot the problem with watching Adam's set was like one, we came in late, right, and then two, that happened during the Walrus game. So my focus was so split. I was like, bro, there's a hypest game going on in this quarter, and there's Rivals 2 going on for Adam, bro. I was like, this sucks. This situation sucks right now, dude.
The Walrus game. So for those who don't know what we're talking about, you're valid. So there's a game, there's a Steam game called UFO 50 that has a whole bunch of like mini games in it, right? And then every Frosty's and almost a lot of other events too do like a random game bracket where you literally just play a random game. You don't know what the game is beforehand, and just hop on the sticks, play it. Whoever wins. And they switch out the game every single round. So they started playing this. I don't even know the name of the game, but there's a Walrus game in UFO 50 where you hold down the button to fly, and your goal is to catch fish, so that way you can stay in the air and the other person drops. That is the entire game. But it was the most grimy, the funniest. It was so hype. It was so funny.
The whole venue screaming, young. You think a concert was going on?
Yeah,
dude. We're watching our friend. We're trying to watch our friend play, and in the corner of our eye, we see a Walrus moving at Mach 50. Right next to us. About to knock somebody off of a platform. Like
it is a single button game that looks like an NES game. And it's one of the most hypest thing I've seen at that whole tournament, bro.
Yeah, the mystery game tournament was super fun. I think we all agreed that next event we were all registering for mystery game.
I think it'll let us talk about it more next year.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I think if people really want to hear more about it, they should just go watch it. So if you go on Frosty Faustings, site, you can probably find their social media and stuff. They have all the VODs. I think even if you're not into fighting games, the mystery game tournament is probably like some of the funniest stuff you can watch. Like you really get a sense of like, what's going on. So, because anyone can enter. We are. Yeah. I don't play any games right now. So,
Be literally any game. Like I think they started playing 1-2 Switch at one
1-2 Switch.
Like, they kind of pushed
nothing's off limits.
They pushed the limits of like what is a fighting game, really, and I thought that was really cool too.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, Adam's sets were unfortunately imposed on by the Walrus.
Yeah.
So,
but I think for the most part he did well. I think his last match was against someone who was seated way higher, and so it was kind of like a wash. But but other than that,
I remember. And also, they were late, right?
Yeah. So I also want to acknowledge, like, we kind of been skirting over it a little, but every single person who entered bracket except me, Steven, and Joseph, because we only played that side game,
had a problem
with scheduling or someone coming late, a TO not calling matches in time, them not DQing someone and giving someone else special privileges. Like there was always like something that was like not up to code and standard of like how they're supposed to actually run a tournament pool. So that happened to everyone, and then like it also happened to Adam to the point where it like really pissed him off and affected his play.
Yeah,
it was very unfortunate.
Yeah,
it's like it didn't even happen like in everybody. Like for our pools, for their pools, it did happen, but like for like random people's pools, like that wasn't even a common thing. It was just unlucky.
It was just us.
Yeah, like almost no. Like I didn't see anything about that on the feedback forum, but like they allowed so many people leeway. Like, oh, you entered multiple games. Instead of managing your time better and like being smarter about signing up for games with their schedule, we're just going to reward you for being messy and unorganized.
I remember last year, the last year of Frosty's, people who enter multiple games, they just immediately got DQ'd out of the other game they're playing. Yeah. From what I was talking to people.
That's a pick.
Yeah, with the priority, with like main games as the priority. Like if you enter multiple games, you are supposed to prioritize a main title game first and foremost.
There were some people who got DQ'd out under night last year. So oh wow, how does not happen this year? So that's interesting.
I mean, there were a lot of DQs, but it took a minute. It took a lot longer than it did last year.
About 60 minutes, yeah.
So exactly how
Well, I was watching some of the staff, and it was just like they had to get higher up, and they would be like, let's get another 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And it's like, okay, we can go.
I think it was a lot of new TOs.
Yeah.
It looked like it.
Yeah, and it is like probably volunteers, right?
Yeah, it is. So I'm not blaming the person themselves, but it's just like there's got to be a
better.
There's got to be a better process, or at least some kind of like rule set for that.
Yeah. But so that was Adam's run. It was his the losers match that he lost was against a super high seeded person that was like I think an hour late to their set.
Yeah.
And
you know what? Now I think about it. I think he had to play against the Buzz, but then the Buzz DQ'd.
Yeah, the Buzz DQ'd.
This is a major Smash player. He doesn't matter.
Yeah, he played Smash, and I think he won
Argentine Liquid
finals.
It doesn't matter.
He won grand finals, and I think that they DQ'd him because
he lost.
they didn't.
No, the Buzz lost.
He did lose. Either way, they DQ'd him because they didn't know how long grand finals was going to take. Because the Buzz in Smash is notoriously someone who will play time because he's super defensive, and he plays lame characters. But
also,
that aside,
he left the venue.
He was mad. He was mad. He was pissed.
Yeah.
So Adam was supposed to fight him. Didn't happen. Then he ended up fighting somebody who like washed Adam like quick too. It was the guy was good, but Adam was also iced for an hour. So it's just like it sucks. And then right after Adam's last set was when we started top 48, right? Or 34.
Well, let's go back to the start of Salty's run.
Because Adam's run was later in the day.
Yeah. So our buddy, Super Salty, 64, the one that we mentioned, put his entire
HTTP.
His entire HTML on his pass. Started out so. From my opinion, Salty is, I think, the most solid Rivals player in our friend group.
Oh, easily.
I don't really think that's
easily. Uncontested.
Yeah, I don't think that's a contested.
What a frigid take, Johnny.
That is his. I just wanted to make sure it was my opinion. I don't know.
I'm going to tell this story.
Like Joseph's here. Like I compared Joseph to Batman earlier, so I don't know if he was feeling himself, but either way. Either way,
Joseph was like, I didn't practice and don't like this game. Oh yeah, I'm feeling myself.
I was like, bro.
but Salty is the most solid player in our friend group, and aside from the comparison to just our friend group, Salty is a solid player. Like he has spent a lot of time, a lot of research, and a lot of energy into Rivals 2 and Rivals 1. When Rivals 2 got announced, that was the only thing he ever talked about was Rivals 2 coming to the game. He was hyped for it, and
that's passion.
Yeah,
like he found the game.
That is his game, and he's very good at it. So going into Frosties, we all had confidence in Salty's skill, to do well. However, the one thing that we saw as Salty's like big weakness is his mindset, because Salty, like a few of us already have talked about, gets in his own head. He beats himself down in the middle of gameplay, and like ask himself questions that don't really have an answer or don't need to be answered. And then like gets tilted on it. Like he'll like ask like, oh, why does Rano get down tilt up smash? Like that's a design choice. There's nothing we can do about this. Salty, move on, sort of thing. Like that is one thing that I remember talking to him specifically about. Like, I know you can do well at this tournament, but you need to like basically like lock in. Just like don't let that stuff bother you.
And so he did.
He did. Yeah, about to say Salty locked in so hard.
Eye of the tiger, boy.
Man,
Salty, so this is Salty. This is also Salty's first major.
Yep.
And
what a performance for a first major, by the way,
dude. So I don't remember all of his pool sets, but I know that he did well.
I did.
No, I was going to say his round 1. That was his hardest match.
Yeah,
that was a 6 seed. That was a 6 seed.
No, that wasn't. No, whoa,
that was not his first match.
That wasn't his first match. That was his second
match.
Oh,
yeah.
The first match was against Loxodon,
which was really funny.
That was actually really good.
I wasn't there.
He hates Loxodon.
He despises Lox.
You can kind of see the mental you're talking about where he gets his own head, because at the first few games he was in his head and Loxodon was getting everything off him. But you can see him develop like strategies against like how to play against this, and they consistently got over it. And then you can see she fell off while he adapted.
Yep.
That was super fucking cool to see.
Yeah, so it was
like once he got past that, I was like, he's gonna make it far, because like that was like his hardest match by far.
Wow.
His second match was against the 6th seed, which for those who don't know, players are seeded based on performance from previous tournaments or whatever they're where they placed it before. So the higher your seed, the worse you are. So you want a low seed to be considered good. This guy was seeded 6. I think Salty was seeded like something low because his performance. He doesn't play.
Like one
tournament
or something.
Yeah. So he was not expected to win this game, and he. I'm not going to say he smoked him, but he beat his ass the last game.
He beat that nigga down.
The Loxodon was harder than the 6th.
Yes. The Loxodon was much harder.
He beat him justified. Battle.
He beat the 6th seed so bad. The guy got up and he like got hit by like, I don't know, like a Orbinaut or something, and fucking dropped all his money.
He dropped the coins.
Because
the Sonic coins, by the way.
So I guess. I don't know if the guy was just like mad that he lost. I guess so, but like because they were both they were both going to go to day 2. It didn't matter.
Who is this random Maple?
Yeah. Bro.
I was projected to beat.
So he slams the table. All his money explodes. And we're all like, what's going on? And we just see a bunch of $100 bills on the ground.
Bro was side betting on himself legally.
He was so crazy. So
that guy knew the TO. Like, he was close to the TO because the TO like walked up to Salty afterwards and was just like, oh, like what was the score? And he was just like, oh, I think it was 2-1, right?
2-1.
Like
2-1.
2-1 super Salty, which means like Salty won. And the guy's like, oh wow, you beat the 6th seed, and like kind of like walked away, which like. I don't know much about tournament etiquette, but I thought you're not supposed to reveal people's seeds like
they're
while
public.
they're playing the game.
That always
It's
happens.
public.
That always
happens. Oh, it does?
Yeah, okay. When you upset somebody, it's like, did you know you beat X player?
Yeah.
That always happens. Yeah.
Well, either way, like Salty made it out of pools on winner's side, meaning he did not drop a set at all.
Oh, we didn't talk about the second guy. He fought some guy who was playing a new character at the drop. Doesn't matter. He got washed.
Bro,
I mentioned it.
Yeah,
because it was funny.
That was mentioned, I guess.
All right, I think this is a good time to talk about the op Joseph created.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I wanted to be I thought nothing about this person until you guys brought it up.
This was not.
You guys made him a villain.
That was the best part.
Like, oh, this is real.
That was the best part. That was not Joseph's villain at all. That was just.
That was not my villain.
Everyone else's.
I thought in my head. He was everybody else's villain.
Well, because he disrespected you and then in turn us. So I was like, all right.
Yeah.
David said it was Rhyme.
You don't mess with Joseph.
Fast forward to
Joseph.
That was insane. That was insane.
I was gonna say fast forward to like pools are all done. We're in like top 48 territory, whatever the number was. Buddy Opal, Shush's dude. I don't know his tag. Made it out of pools.
Right. Hold on. I think I should tell the story.
Okay, go ahead.
Go for it.
And I think this makes sense for one main reason. I watched every single match this guy played.
You're crazy.
Because
lock him up, bro.
I looked over at Noah. I said, I have to be there for his downfall. And Noah Noah's the light to my darkness, for those who don't know. But I was like, I have to be there for his downfall. He's like, nah, dude, it's fine. And I just walked away because I was like, nothing could convince me to do anything right now.
So the light to your darkness, you're just like, whatever, and just
Whatever. You don't know what he's like, okay,
happen.
whatever.
My wife's not here. Noah's not really doing it these days. So I'm gonna just fall to the darkness. So I watched this guy's match. He's playing Crag. So I was like, how do you lose in the first place with that character? So he's doing well, and anytime he was about to finish his set, I would just quickly shuffle away because I was like, I don't want him to know that I saw him win. And then Meech is also part of Team Dark, so except for this month, but he's also part of Team Dark. So he looked up oh, do you know this guy's from our Smash scene, dude? He's local, man. He's local, and I was just like, that just makes the juice even sweeter, baby. It's worth the squeeze, baby. So I watched this match. He almost lost the Ditto, which that's the only match of Crag loses. It's who has less brain cells, so that makes sense. But he gets out of pools, and one of his friends notices I'm watching his matches, and they say something or whatever. But it's I'm just it does not matter because I know you're not winning this tournament. You could get second in this tournament, and I will be there to do this to you, bro. But you are not winning. You are not good at games.
Because you got
which is his name.
Put some context. It's really funny because I think there was 8 of us there. Turns out this guy also had his entire crew there as well.
Yeah, that was funny. That was funny.
So
people with them.
Yeah, so now it's a crew battle. Whether or not there's only whether or not the players actually play against each other it doesn't matter.
Right. So it was something deeper. It was something deeper. Yeah. But so I'm watching him get on him. You got out of your little furry fighter pools. How cute, whatever. That's fine. So anyway, I'm just checking the schedule because I need to find out when he plays again. And I was like, oh yeah, top 48's all at the same time. It's side game, garbage furry fighter. Cool, that's fine. And so I'm just pretending I'm one of the boys watching all of Salty's matches, pretending I give a shit, all that stuff. But when my boy Matt qualifies to play on stream, I was like, okay,
front seat.
I was like, now I can watch all Salty's matches because I know something else is about to come that's even greater in front of me.
Oh my god!
So we get to top 48, and we can kind of talk a little bit about Salty's run up here. So Salty played the Raster first, right?
Yeah. Which was funny because he almost got no practice with Raster except against me. So
Even
all the practice he needed.
I hope not, because there were some other Rasters later. But no, his first set on stream was really good. It was close, really close.
Very close.
But I would say it basically was like grand finals because all of us were in the front row.
We were popping off. It had everything of a grand finals. You got games going back and forth. You got Salty coming back for the last 2 games. You got the other guy taking clothes off because now they're heated.
Yep. Oh, bro, he's stripping off clothes every time he lost.
Oh, yeah. Also,
get out of here, bro.
Shout outs to the cameraman. Anytime Salty did something or the crowd did something, he'd switch the scene to show we were getting hype, and then he'd zoom in when Salty did his little white thumbs up and stuff like that.
Salty's pop offs. He's just that's it. Just pop off.
All I'm saying is, you put the effort to put your URL on your tag. You should have instantly did this.
Just put it up to the camera,
your name tag up to the camera.
It's got a QR code on it.
He would have been in the highlight reel for that.
His hand would have been seen shaking. So
fair. He was nervous as hell.
Yeah. But the first set was really, really good. It was a really good showing.
Yep.
The St. Louis group that Salty's had, there's some beef between them, had to respect them there. So it was all there. So.
They don't even know us, but there's always just we fuck those SIU guys.
Also, to put into perspective for the audience, we us 8 were the loudest people there once the mystery game brackets ended.
Yeah.
People out in the hallway could hear us. So that's how hard we were popping off. And you can tell when we left the venue because it was quiet. But
the first game goes, and I think at this point now Crag's up. By the way, Salty never plays against Crag. Just letting that know. That never happens.
They never meet in bracket.
I need it to happen so bad. I needed it to happen so bad. I would have been on top of him at that point. Like he wouldn't have just got the switch. But anyway,
we had David's torso into the camera, bro.
Just tackles him, bro. Five Nights at Freddy jump scare.
But we found a replacement. I don't even know who the other guy was, but he was playing Forsberg.
Who did he play against? Zetterberg?
Oh, was he?
No, he was playing Forsberg.
You're right.
Forsberg. And
I forgot his tag, dude. I was like, this is my dude right here.
I was saying that was our hero.
I follow him right now, so I can
You
check.
followed him on Twitter afterward.
I think Simon went up and shook his hand after the set. Like,
Okay,
it was crazy. Anyway, so
I love a good grime.
but here's the
Well, I
thing.
think it was Ash. Anyway.
I don't. He
Start
he plays pretty high, but so the set gets played and it's going kind of back and forth. But the not Matt guy locks in the last two games, and he wipes the bro. He beat his ass.
Bro.
He was styling on him.
He was styling
like,
on him.
wagging.
Bro, I was like, what? This is a better play all of a sudden. What just happened?
Yeah.
It was insane. Pulling every force burn jank ass combo out of his fucking hat. I was like, I'm here for it. I don't care, bro. He was
By the way,
like an actual pebble.
By the way, we were loudly cheering for not Matt.
This random guy who we didn't know.
We had no idea who he was.
But he was the coolest dude because he turned around and acknowledged us, and I was like, all right, he gets the crowd energy. He's like, we need to power him up right now, guys. We need to do this right now. Lend him your energy.
Yeah, bro. We spirit bombed that nigga. For, like, we beat that guy. It was crazy.
Well, rightfully so, because I'll let Davis explain, but after he lost.
No, talk about. Before that happened, I want you all to acknowledge that the crag guy who we don't like, for those who aren't keeping up with the story, the crag guy we don't like, he was talking into like the camera, like the viewer camera for the stream, like to us every time we took a stock or something. Like he was trying to go back and forth with us, because he thought he was winning that set, and I was like, my bet's already been placed, my brother. Like your time is up. Your time is up. So the match ends, and the cameraman knows we're beefing at this point, just because like the shit that we're saying out loud. And yelling. Oh, he immediately transitions the camera to us because all of us are doing that. Well, not all of us, but shout out
most
to
of us.
But most of us are doing this to get him back for what he did after Joseph said. And then he turns around and then he's like yelling something. I didn't care what the hell that nigga was saying.
Bro,
I got up and I was just like,
it's on. Like, if you guys watch the sets, it is on camera. It is a captured moment.
It's in the vibe. Like it's in the video.
It is so funny.
It's really funny because you guys didn't hear him. He was trying to apologize afterwards.
Yeah,
live.
I heard that.
Yeah, he was like, I don't even know what's happening. Like, this just happened. It's a bad matchup. I was like, bro, David, I guess, went like tunnel hearing because he just didn't hear any of it. It's like, shut up.
He had
a
mission.
Shush.
David had a vision at that point, right?
I wanted that nigga to see my lips when I got in his face. Boy.
That was crazy.
But I had that was for you, Joseph. Shout out to Joseph. He gave me a reason to show up.
Mind you, I didn't give a shit about this dude after I got up from that chair.
I mean, he didn't. Joseph didn't. Yeah, as soon as he stood up, he was like, I don't know what he did, but I don't care. It wasn't
darkness. So I have to lock in on that darkness.
I don't know what to say. I was just like, but I will say, having a narrative like that always helps the tournament setting. Like, I wish it was some grime going on, like for real.
I mean, it continued afterwards because the rest, half of his crew, to be fair, made it to day 2. So we still have to deal with the rest of them. They all lost, but
and also I want to say, like, after we left, there was no hype for Rivals.
Yeah,
like we were the crowd. Yep,
we were the crowd.
We were the crowd. But I do want to say, I'm Christian, so I give this nigga some grace. He did kind of play along at the end before he started apologizing like a little bit.
He took it well.
Yeah,
he took it well.
He did take it well. I like it.
Well. I appreciate that. If I saw him in person, I'd be like, all right, you're okay, not all right.
I'd say that whole crew was like, because they could have made it a whole thing, and they did.
They were bantering back and forth.
Yeah.
It was a good spirit. It wasn't like actually like I'm going to fight this person. It was just like it was just banter essentially.
Yeah,
so
it was just fun banter.
So shout out to the freaks.
That's the crew name.
These little insults, bro.
No, that's the crew name. That's the crew name.
So, do you guys remember? And we'll talk about the rest of Saucy's Run in a second. But you guys remember that one moment where someone came in with a full purple Chuck E. Cheese looking.
Nah, bro, leave him alone.
I have to talk about something. I don't hate the person at all. It's your choice, whatever you do. But it killed me and Han because we both got up to use the bathroom, and we look back. So the guy lost. Like he got beat. All you see is purple Chuck E. Cheese going like this, wrapping up his controller. Me and Han got up, and Han is like pushing me. He's like, Johnny, I need you to walk out this venue because I am about to die laughing. So we had to hurry up and leave the room so we could start laughing. And then it got even more messed up because we came back, and the person wearing the fursuit left their helmet.
Oh, dude!
So they came out unmasked. They came out unmasked, grabbed their helmet, and put it back on. Oh my god! It's not like it's such a non-comedic moment, but it was so funny to us. It was just like the image, like it just came out of nowhere. Like when I say Chuck E. Cheese, I mean like the suit looked just like Chuck E. Cheese. I'm not exaggerating. It was him, just purple.
Charles Entertainment, bro.
I had to mention it just because it was so funny.
I only saw when he didn't have his mask on. That was hilarious to me. Like, oh shoot! He
was unmasked. What's happening here, dude? Oh my god! It's just I can't even to this day. I can't just shake the image of him just going. His controller. God. Oh my god! No hate to that person. It was just
what a bracket. What a
Shout
bracket.
Give that nigga some cheese.
God damn it.
But back to Salty's run. So we talked about his first game was really close. All of Salty's games were really close.
He didn't get washed. I don't think
he did not get washed. They were all close. At all. Who did he lose to?
I don't remember.
Zeta Burn?
He lost to a Zeta Burn, and then he lost.
No, he lost to a Zeta Burn, then Raster, right?
Raster was the one who took him out. So he lost to a Zeta Burn, which, by the way,
he fought two Rasters.
Huh.
I don't know what the second Raster should have had it.
The first one was the Stoles lookalike.
Matador, I think his name was.
He was like, "That's Noah right there." From the ankle.
I'm like, Noah beat Joseph after losing in Losers, bro.
God damn it.
What is this Thug Finals, bro?
Oh my god! But yeah, he lost to a Zeta Burn, which
really aggressive, very good player, like
very
mechanically
good
sound
player.
Zeta Burn.
Was that the guy who actually knew how to use the shine more than just using it as a shine? Like,
yes. He was a good player. So and it was close still.
Exactly.
So that was still when he was on winner's side. So Salty got knocked into losers by that. But at that point, and I still think that we messed up telling him this, David. But we told Salty like, "Hey, you're top 16 now. Like,
if you win this next set,
you're top 8." And unfortunately, Salty did not win the next set, but he still did amazing. Like he did amazingly well.
Yeah. He got like what 13th?
He got 9th.
9th, yeah.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
he
got 9th. Top 8,
yeah.
He got 9th.
Oh, shit, that laugh knocked down one of my figures.
What figure, David?
Debbie mine.
So is that acrylic stand you were talking shit about?
Oh shit! I was just talking shit.
You were talking shit. I was gonna say anything like that's the acrylic stand, isn't it?
Just saying.
But,
my friend Matt gave it to me. So.
Oh my god!
Gave it to you? Did you take it from Matt? You gave him a swirly.
Salty's bracket run ended after fighting another Raster, which was
he should have won. He should have won. The Raster was.
I think Salty got in his head.
I also want to say like the Raster said something that I couldn't catch because like after we won the mat matchup, I was not paying attention anymore. But the Raster player went over to his friends like, "I'm glad he didn't know about this confirmed specifically on Raster because there's like apparently some like matchup specific tech or something that Salty wasn't using." But not saying that you should know everything when you come to an event or something because it's impossible.
Yeah,
but. It was winnable, but it was still a good set, and Salty fought hard to get to top 8, like to where
Salty
he was. Yeah.
That set Salty. That's where Salty's nerves really crashed down on him. Like watching him play, like he was whiffing stuff. He was going for like off stage situations that just shouldn't have gone for.
Yeah, missing but confirms that he was hitting all day.
He that's where his nerves ended his run for him. I 100% think.
Also,
I think he was burnt out though too.
I was saying, it's could be just tournament fatigue too. How long you're playing?
Yeah,
he was up since like 7:30 a.m. that day.
Yeah, and stood up to like 3 a.m. the day earlier. So
yeah, I mean, regardless, I mean, placing 9th in your first major. I mean, like I said, huge. People were talking about him. They're like, "Who is this guy?" And then people were claiming him. It's like he's from our region and everything. I was like, "All right, this is great. This is what he should be getting some recognition because he was
putting that work.
He was putting in work.
And now it's all consistency thing. You just got to keep showing up tournaments and doing well.
Yeah, as long as Marlon is, I don't want to know who Marlon is. As long as the guy who won doesn't show up again, because that's a whole different story. He cooked everyone.
That's a menace. That man's a menace.
I'm just saying, if he shushed us, he wouldn't have won the event.
He
might have been going back to Canada.
Kane look like the best character in the game, bro.
That's true.
Yeah,
but yeah, no. Salty's run was extremely good. That's like the big highlight of like the whole competitive like event for me was him making it so far. Like my voice was hurting for the following 2 days.
We were cooked.
We were screaming. Yeah, we were screaming. We were. It was so much fun though, and I am super happy for him. Super proud of him for making it that far and like able to like really fight his mental battle and win his mental battle a lot. I think it really took him that far. So. We'll see.
Really inspiring. Really inspiring.
100%, dude.
Yeah,
like
I think the whole crew got like a big like boost of like, okay, like this is.
I didn't want to like. I don't know how to word it better, but like watching him play is like, oh, if Salty can do it, like I can do it too. Like, not saying that Salty's bad, but like seeing Salty's drive and stuff like
seeing
that.
Seeing someone like succeed due to their dedication, hard work, makes you feel like
I can do it too. Yeah. So.
But are you ready to put in? Like he put in hours.
He put in
after
so
work.
Much work.
He put in like 3-4 hours of playing.
He put in his work really did pay off for him. So, and I think that's like going back to my bracket run. I think that's why I felt okay, is because I didn't do immaculate in how good I wanted to do, but for the work I had put in the game, I think I did my best. So I think that like your work speaking for you was really shown in his performance. So. Yeah. Shout out to Salty. That's my guy. I'm so happy for him for getting as far as he did. Other than that, though, I think that wraps up our competition. That's really it, because after that we left and we put Rivals on the TV, and I think we died from pizza. So
yeah,
which we already talked about in part 1. Yeah, which you should check out if you haven't.
Make sure you watch part 1. It's all really relevant.
I think that wraps up. Oh my god!
Our Frosty Faustings trip.
Yeah, that wraps up Frosties.
I'll end with a brief question for everyone. In one sentence, what is something that you're hoping for at next year's Frosty Fausting? I'll start.
Okay, fine.
I want to get out of pools in a game that is not even out yet. City of the Wolves, Fatal Fury.
I was going to say I wanted to compete and go more than 2-2 and City of Wolves, but instead I don't know, I kind of want to dominate a side tournament. I'm not gonna lie. I think I want to get into a side tournament game, and I think part of it is, so that's my sentence, but close combat or something like that, I think I want to take more seriously and actually start playing some games, or alternative sentence, I want to be able to actually
cheat codes.
Yeah, I want to actually be able to. I do want to actually be able to support my my crew, and if that means being just a practice partner, that would be really good. So that's kind of where I want to be at.
That'd be dope.
I think for me, I want to replicate my mental state that I had for this event, but back it up more with like more skill. Like I really want to get on my grind and like feel even more confident in myself, and like feel like I put in enough work to do well. And kind of just like give myself grace as to where I land, like before the tournament, I thought I was going 0-2, 100%, and I went 1-2. So,
really for me, just literally just finding a game I'm passionate about and enjoying my time there. I don't really care about how I do per se, unless I still have never been went 0-2 in my life. By the way, just put that out there. I don't know.
All
what
right,
that's
guys,
like.
we'll catch you guys later.
To beat Steven and no one to defend his ego, bro.
Don't know what that's like.
They
But
let you
I
win,
will
bro.
say,
Like,
I will say, it would be nice to have a game like I actually enjoy playing. Just in general, I like how it looks, how it feels. Just enjoy myself the entire time there, because then I won't actually care about like performance issues or not. And unrealistically, I wish that could be Tatsunoko versus Capcom, because even while I was watching it this year, I was like, bro, this game is still hype. I love everything about this game. But yeah, I just probably find a game that like I'm super hyped about, interested in, and have a good time again.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
sounds good. I think that about wraps up our trip for this year, and
I will
probably
say,
gonna.
forgot. I did get to play beta test the game because we were about to leave, and I was like, oh, let's walk around. It's like, oh, there's a Combo Devils set up here, and like, oh, that's a developer here, and it was just super. That's probably like a hidden highlight for me. I did not expect that. And I was like, oh, that's cool.
Mhm.
So I got the beta test the game while I was there, which is like really awesome because I like.
Yeah, I was.
Sick.
What?
I was gonna say I was falling.
The closing
asleep in
photo
the
of
chair
this
behind you.
episode is gonna be the picture of Johnny sleeping.
I was slumped. I was so tired,
Bro.
I'm so old, bro. I'm so old.
That was not doing the dev a favor. Just put
Oh
it
my
out there.
god! It had nothing to do with
if audience, if you've seen Ashita no Joe, Johnny looks like the final panel of Ashita no Joe where he dies from being punch drunk, and he's sitting like in the corner of the ring like this.
Bro, agent and you, bro.
Yeah, bro. That shit made him black and white, bro.
Oh man, but yeah, that wraps up our Frosty's trip. It was a blast. Way better than last year's, I think, and I hope that if/when we go to next year's or whatever event we end up going to again, we have a great time, an even better time, and we come back to you guys with some more stories on it.
Yeah.
But until then, again, follow us, all that good stuff, like us, all that on our social media. Leave a comment, talk about, if you guys went to Frosty's, tell us your favorite memories, or, you guys went to a big event, tell us your favorite memories of these events.
Or ask us questions about going to conventions. We'd love to give you details. It's a fun time.
100%.
Even if you're not playing.
Esports in general.
Or esports. I'm sure most of you don't, but esports too.
I was esports director once.
All right, anyways, we'll catch you guys later.
Credentials.
My program died.
It was a treat. But
hey, don't worry about going 0-2, guys. It happens to everybody.
Yes, Joseph, it happens to everyone, including you.
Can we just cut that out?
All right, goodbye, everybody. Wear a mask.
I'm gonna go to your Smash, GG. You've gone 0-2 and something.
Hold up. Bring up the receipts.
Find out this went 0-2. Hey, follow us on Twitter to see if Joseph actually went 0-2. If he's a liar, maybe you can take him out of the pool.
I'm fabricating results. I'm fabricating results.
My Photoshop skills are good.